Okay, well.
You're not expecting that type of acceleration from an SUV, are you?
Oh, okay.
It's a little.
Just give me a minute. Let me get used to it.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, Hammerheads? Vanhammer HP! Craig coming at you. Well, looky what's behind me. If you notice here, look what's sitting in my driveway. Look what's not in my driveway or in my garage. Racy Lacey is missing. But do not panic. Racy Lacey is still ours. Okay. And I really debated on whether or not to make a video on this. Well, I didn't really debate on it. Actually, I wasn't going to make one. This is something we're kind of looking to in the future, and went and picked this baby up today just to simply give it a little test drive for my own preference. And when I got behind the wheel, I said, I got to make a video. Because it is that impressive, and really all I did was get on the highway, drive to the house, and already I'm that impressed with it. But anyway, what we have behind us is a 2020 Ford Explorer ST, and like I said, already just within the few miles that I've driven it, I think it's earned that ST badge. So let's just take a quick walk around. We'll take a quick look inside, and I'll do what I can about a drive review real quick, because really we're here at the house, so Mrs. Vanhammer can get a little driving in on it, just because the ultimate truth of it is at some point, and I kind of hit on it in the last video, we're gonna have to upgrade to something bigger. And simply, I just don't have the time to pay off Racy Lacey, and my kids not outgrow it. And the market is just now diving into this ST to figure out what they can do. And there's been some pretty remarkable results with very little changes to this machine here, and getting good results. So anyway, like I said, let's dive into it and just take a little look here. So we look at the stance there. I like the headlights with this black ST here. These headlights kind of in the shade already have a smoke, almost kind of have a darker or a tinted look to them. I think with this look, if I did something black, I would definitely have to darken those other lights there. Big Ford badge right in the middle. I wish this stood out maybe just a little more, but then, you know, if you're kind of going for that look that you don't want anybody to know what you got, maybe having the little ST in the corner does work in your favor. So we got a little sporty hood here, looks good there. No venting or hood vents or anything like that. That could give it a little more sporty look, but still looks good. So it's a big front end. If you notice though, you really got some good fender flare here on the side. The fenders really stick out there. I think this particular edge here has the 20-inch wheels. I think you can upgrade to a 21-inch performance wheel. Very basic look here on the side, although I do like the profile. I kind of like the slanting down type profile to kind of give that SUV the sporty look, definitely. So looks good there in black. We would definitely have to darken the tint there on that window, and I think that actually would really set that off. The wheels there, I do kind of like that metal finish to the wheel. I don't know that I would blacken the wheel. I kind of like that it has the two-tone metal and black finish there. All right, circling around to the back here, you can take a see here. We have the bigger ST badge there. We do have some quad exhaust. Let's take a look just real quick. Okay, so huge mufflers. And look at that. That's kind of unique how it is actually comes out the bottom there. So a little different than the Edge. If you remember, the Edge actually had a false enclosed tip here. The Explorer does not. But they still are kind of false tips, as it looks like they dump out the bottom. It's kind of a unique feature. I don't know what that purpose that serves. Let's see. Oh, it gives you a little arrow there. Automatic lift gate, that's good. Let's look here. We got some good stowage. Looks like we're gonna have seat controls. We have third row seating that I assume, I'm not gonna mess with it too much, I'm willing to bet that that folds flat and gives you all that space. You can see there, we'll look at it a little better, but you have the captain's chairs for the second row. We'll see if we can take a look at this window sticker. I don't know how much you can see it, but we're looking at MSRP $57,000. Now this isn't totally loaded. Like I said, I believe there's an optional package for the wheels, and then there's also an entertainment package you can get that would have the DVDs and the headrest there. This one, the option it has on there is the premium technology, which is the 14 speakers and our 10-inch display up front. What I do like about this is the back does come with the little shades that you can lock in. That's pretty cool. Like I said, captain's chairs, quality leather, good stitching. Has kind of the gray stitching that stands out. The captain's chairs with the armrest. You have a center console here for your drinks and things. Good venting on the air conditioning, one on each side here, two in the back. Just again real quick, you got your power, USB, micro USB, actual plug-in controls, back AC and heat controls. The back seats are heated. You have the integrated door code there. Of course, you get the Ford Performance badging. Looks like it comes with the B&O system. And I tell you what, on this B&O system, not something I was too worried about not having in the Mustang. I thought the stereo system was sufficient in the Mustang without having the B&O. But on the drive over here, let me tell you, that B&O is some high quality stuff. I like it. All right, driver's seat. Just first impressions on this, we like the ST badging or impressions in it. We like the gray stitching, contrasts the black real well. And I'll tell you this, just first impressions from driving it, you have good coverage here on the sides. Okay, this feels relatively flat, so if we're ever doing any kind of taking some turns real good, the bottom does not hug you in as quite as much as I would like to see. We'll get in here. Of course, we have our rotary dial there for the transmission, heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, of course your controls, your start and stop button are kind of hidden there a little bit. We'll take a look at some stowage, you know, pretty basic of what you would get in an SUV. Right here, we'll go ahead and leave this up. This is a cool feature. When the car's on, you can lay your phone there. It charges your phone. Awesome. I think that's pretty freaking cool. Then, say your phone is charged, bam. Little things like that. Little things like that. You know, it's just pretty cool. Good little storage compartment again with your adapters, power there, USB, micro USB. Good there. Oh, up top, sunglasses, lights, garage programmer. Pretty good, ample stowage there in the glove box. Cup holders, good. We'll look again over here. Decent stowage there in the door, nothing too crazy. All right, so starting her up, I will tell you this, you know, kind of same as the Edge. I feel like this steering wheel is the exact same size as in the Edge. I tell you what, driving this thing, you look out, it's almost confusing. You look out, you see a big, you know, your height is up higher if you're used to a Mustang. You got the big hood out there, but when you accelerate and you drive, and the handling really makes you forget that you're in an SUV until you look in the rear view and you see two seats, then the back seat, and then the back windshield way back there, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm in a big SUV. And to me, the steering wheel and drive, I feel like the steering wheel is just a little small for when you feel like you're trying to control an SUV. It feels a little on the small side, but you'll see that it's straightened down at the bottom, kind of a race wheel style there. We have an all digital dash. I haven't really flipped through the modes or flipped through the dash to check out what kind of features are available in there yet. Probably one of the biggest cons of this whole design, which really isn't that big of a deal, is the fact that it has this vertical display. That's what seems to be everybody's kind of nitpick con here, but honestly, I think it's really just because it's something different and people aren't used to seeing it. Obviously, I mean, it does kind of bother me that it's vertical, but it seems like something that you would get used to over time, and then you wouldn't even think twice about it. But it is a huge display, and actually very similar to what Dodges have in theirs, except for it doesn't stick up and out like that. Dodge actually has that 10-inch screen implanted in the dash, which I think actually makes it look better. Look there, you have your bird's eye view backup camera, different modes. Your drive mode selector here is down here, mimics your transmission. You can turn off your traction control. You got hill descent. This is your auto start and stop. You can turn that on and off. This is parallel park assist is actually what that button is. We'll take a look at the drive modes here. There's several drive modes here. This being the normal. You have eco. You have sport. A tow haul. And then if you come back, you have slippery. So for icy conditions. Then you have a trail, which would be interesting. And then you have a deep snow or sand. Here, we can take a look up underneath the hood. See what this baby's packing up underneath here. And no hood struts. That would definitely be a first modification. But pretty clean under here, pretty quiet. It's kind of complex. A lot of tubing. things like that, which you're gonna get with the turbos and stuff like that. So that's the engine bay. Nothing too fancy in there. Anyway, we're gonna let old Mrs. Vanhammer take her for a little trip. See what she thinks about it. While we take the daughter to karate.
Yeah. How many sides does it?
All right, drive review from Mrs. Vanhammer and family, since it is a family ride. And we're probably definitely gonna see what it's gonna do, because we are running late for karate. So we're gonna have a practical review here.
Whoa.
She said, whoa.
Dang. Okay, well. Holy shit.
You're not expecting
Okay,
that type of acceleration from an SUV, are you?
Oh, okay.
It's a little.
Just give me a minute. Let me get used to it.
I don't even think you're in sport mode even.
Probably not. Jesus.
We're bouncing all over the place in here. As you may can hear, this sucker's got a little purr to her. Madeline.
Yeah.
What's the room feel like back there?
A lot more room than a Mustang.
A lot more room than in a Mustang, huh? What's your first minute thoughts?
I could see myself driving one.
Oh, yeah, look at there. I'm telling you, and then you get in the car, that new car smell, there's just something about it.
Gets you every time.
Get you every time. Get you every time.
I like this big old screen here.
Yeah. This has actually been the biggest complaint of this vehicle. Not the size of it, but the orientation of it.
Oh, it's like
People
the tablet is just sitting back
Yeah,
there.
they don't. That's what people don't. They don't like that it's vertical, or the fact that it's vertical and that it sticks up and looks like a tablet. Like, you know, the Dodge, and I've already brought this point up in the video. The Dodge has the same thing, but it's built into the dash, like it's a part of the dash. This looks like it's something you can take out, like, and then it's mobile. And it's almost kind of worries me from a security standpoint, as if like.
If someone thinks it is like a
somebody
tablet.
thinks it is a tablet and tries to break into your car to try to steal it, and then finds out that it's actually part of the car. But we'll make it. You would think, coming from close to a 500 horsepower Mustang, that
Yeah, you would think like, oh well, it wouldn't be like exciting or feel different or even like feel that.
or
cool,
even the acceleration pedal would be so touchy to you, but merging here definitely has all the power that you need to merge into traffic, no doubt. You can find yourself from 30-40 miles an hour up to speed limit speeds or slightly higher very quickly.
slightly higher.
The kids enjoy the outward visibility from the back seat.
I do.
Of course, you wouldn't have that in the Mustang. You just have that small window back there. And we made it to karate.
Oh, look, and it even tells you which seatbelt. Look at that.
Gave us a seatbelt warning because she took off her seatbelt before we stopped.
And it
That's
says
pretty
which
neat.
one.
And it
like
tells
a
you
little
which
tool.
one. Oh, we have a front
Sensor.
a front sensor there to make sure we don't hit curbs and stuff. That was pretty cool.
I'm reaching.
Yeah,
though.
she's reaching reaching
something.
for a shifter. She's got to get used to the dial shifter.
Well, not yet, because we're not getting anything yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. We gotta get used to that dial, baby, for when we get our GT500.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the world of difference between driving this in the ST Edge. There's the ST Edge has no comparison to this. Like, if you drive the ST Edge thinking you're trying to get a feel for what, you know, the ST Explorer would be, you're not gonna get. You're way underestimating the experience. Highly impressed for an SUV what this thing does. And as we return to Pollard, again, a special thanks to Pollard for letting us test drive it. It wasn't for YouTube purposes to begin with, but it ended up being that way because I was so impressed. We're gonna come back here and pick up Racy Lacey. So guys, don't panic. Don't panic. We're still gonna have Racy Lacey for a while. And anyway, if you're in the market for something family but want that young excitement feel, that zip and that pep, and you got the means to, you know, go after a $50,000+ vehicle, this ST Explorer is definitely a route that I would recommend looking at. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like always, drop the hammer. Peace.
Do it.